Folks, welcome back to another reading. Today I am using the Light Seers Tarot, and I've laid your cards out in a Celtic cross formation. Your first card is the Five of Swords. It's in reverse. Whomever I'm speaking to has gone through a moment of crisis where they lost, or possibly you've gone through a series of crises where you lost multiple times over. You may have lost any number of things, from material resources to dreams that you had for the future to people that you thought were going to be around you forever. This is about a really catastrophic major loss that splits you up from people whom you thought were going to be in your community forever. This has fundamentally changed you, and it feels like right now you are very much in a state of recovery, and you're just wondering when the headache is ever going to end. This feels like someone who is in a tough cycle of figuring out how to heal, but then falling backwards into possibly depression, for instance. It's difficult for this particular person, possibly, to move on. You need to take this as it resonates. You might be really struggling to move on because this was such a catastrophic thing that was done to you. Is in reverse. You're struggling to move on. It's all over, but the crying is something that comes to mind. Now, this is your challenge/assistance card. The way it's laid out on my particular spread, it looks like this. I know that I had it flipped around for you. In this case, the star is pointing towards the future, which talks to me about the universe listening what you're going through, listening to your crying, having watched what happened in the past, and telling you that you will be avenged. Not immediately, but in the future. Things will change in your favor. The universe watched, and they need you to maintain your faith in it and watch justice come to you. You will be avenged for all that you've gone through. This is you in your past. You've chosen to do something different from what a lot of people choose to do. I feel like this has something to do with it. At the very least, being your genuine creative self, listening to the fire within you and going where it takes you. You might be a genuinely creative person. You might be going down a spiritual path. I kind of get low-key Sagittarius energy, possibly due to the horse in the background. But there's definitely an energy of expansion here in the past, and whatever happened in the present that you're recovering from, you might have just really been cut down. This energy is this is where you started. But with the Five of Swords in the present energy, that's where you are right now. Something catastrophic happened between these two particular cards, and they're of completely different colors, I note, okay? This is a difficult recovery process for you to go through because you came into this process with so much energy and so much excitement. You genuinely thought that things were going to work out the way that you thought they were going to work out. The universe wants you to know that it was watching back then too, and it's been watching this whole time. It's not taken the oppression that you've gone through lightheartedly. There will be a day of vengeance. It's not coming to you at the present moment. But rest assured, it will be here in the future for you. Watch this Pluto in Aquarius transit over the next 19 years or so. I'm not sure exactly if it's 19 years precisely, but it's somewhere that amount of time. This Pluto in Aquarius transit's going to do a lot of unexpected, even extreme things here in the future, possibly for you on a personal level, which is why it might be relevant to see where Pluto in Aquarius, how that interacts with your astrological birth chart, okay? That would be you looking up a Hori astrological chart. And that's where you see the interaction between your birth chart and a specific event, such as the present moment, for instance. You can see what's creating tension between the stars that were above you when you were born and the stars that we're currently under right now, okay? You've been through a tough time, and there's something about romantic relationships that really fucks you up. It does this for a lot of people. A lot of people have gone through romantic relationship crises. A lot of people wonder if they're ever, I feel like you're unattached at this point, and I feel like this is something that brings you a lot of pain. This is you on the subconscious level. This is you on the conscious level. You're perfectly aware that you're not attached. You're perfectly aware of how people see you as being a romantically unattached person, and it genuinely fucks you up. Not necessarily how people see you, because I see you as someone who got accustomed to dancing to the beat of your own drum and then got seriously burned. With this, I think that's part of the whole burning that you've been through. I think that you've just gotten used to being on the outside when it comes to romantic relationships. You may feel that other people find success in romantic relationships and you're just flat out not there. And you feel like it's just not possible. You may just go through incredibly rough romantic relationships that never feel genuinely fulfilling, and you're wondering when this cycle is ever going to stop. And I wonder if the Five of Swords in reverse isn't partly you just giving up and saying, I've had enough. I need to heal. And the universe is blessing your healing process. It wants to accelerate it for you. This is here in your future. Moving towards something, moving past, moving over, around obstacles that keep you from something in particular, whether that's healing or whether that's something else. That's in your future. You've got the Chariot upright. In your advice position at the bottom of the rod, you have the Eight of Cups, and it's in reverse. To me, in the context of what's going on here, I feel like in the future you need to be aware that the universe might ask you to turn back around to things that you gave up on, specifically when it comes to romance, love, affection with others, and family at the end of the day. So what I do with my Celtic crosses is that I combine the advice card together with the future card, together with your outcome card, in order to help you formulate a route forward, okay? So, turn back around towards something that you gave up hope on and move towards specifically making a family with somebody. Whether that's chosen family with or without children, whether that's a more traditional looking family, maybe with children, maybe with fur children. You need to take it as it resonates. This is you creating a family in the future, and this might be something that you've wanted for years on years on years, and you just had to watch people around you bypass you, enter into long-term romantic relationships, have families, have children, and you may have even watched those same people get divorced. You've watched people go through romantic relationship eras that you just flat out never went through because you were busy with this, because you were busy with what was going on in the Five of Swords energy. You got so drained with that Five of Swords energy in reverse that you couldn't focus on romantic relationships, even when it was something that you consciously wanted. And you're consciously aware might make you a happier person, genuinely. You know, for years I kind of believed in the whole you can be your own complete person. It's not that I don't believe that anymore, but sometimes I believe like the universe wants us to be together with somebody else because we're meant to do something really cool with them. Something that's meant to balance out the divine and the karmic within the universe. You need to take that as it resonates. That might be the kind of relationship that you're going for. With this kind of energy, quite possibly you've been seeking a genuine partner with whom you can actually settle down with, and you're not looking to just go for somebody who fills in the gap because you wanted to meet a particular deadline, or you genuinely wanted someone that you could vibe with on a fundamental level and grow with. And it feels like consciously you might have just never met that person and you're just wondering what the fuck happened. This is interesting. This isn't about money really at all. It can be, but within this context, it's not that at all. You're someone who is very much in the position of being emotionally mature, mentally mature, being that kind of person who would be a great person to get to marry. The thing is, you're not connected with somebody yet, and I kind of get that energy from this in the reverse, okay? So this is your current environment card. I take this as an indication from the universe that you are marriage material. You are long-term relationship material. This is confirmation. You're just not in a relationship yet. Please keep in mind that the universe has watched what has happened over the years. It might have been years. And is not going to let what has happened, it's not going to let it go. It has your back. Justice will be served. Karma will be taken care of. This is in your hopes and your fears. You're afraid that this just is never going to be righted. That no matter what it is that you do, no matter what it is the universe tries to give back to replace what was taken from you, whether that was time, whether that was just really, really wanting something to happen and it never did, they're asking the universe, your deities, your ancestors, your guides are asking you to trust them to take you to the point where things will be corrected. But this is your current fear right now, that things will not, that the universe doesn't see you suffering, and that it won't make things right for you in time. The universe is asking you to give it time to work things out, that it will, and with perfect timing too. It's asking you to trust its version of timing, and that's going to feel like you're taking a risk, and to a certain degree, yes, you still are. But keep in mind that the universe has your back, that it will avenge you, that this is pointing towards your future, towards moving you towards a family. Remember this, moving you towards a family, a wish that you may have held for a long, long time and you just flat out gave up on because you thought it wasn't in the cards for you. The universe is saying to give them a chance, to give it a chance, and to watch how things unfold. Pluto and Aquarius, once again, may have some very deep influence over your birth chart. I noticed that it does over mine. Okay. So pay attention to where it lands in your chart. Specifically, watch where Pluto and watch where Aquarius lands in your chart. Even if you don't have any planets, and let's say, for instance, your 8th house, that's where traditionally, that's where Pluto is. That's its home zodiac sign. Pay attention to what's going on there. Even if you don't have a planet in there, there's still some influential stuff that may be happening, okay? So just keep that in mind. I respect that this message may have been difficult for you to hear, and I thank you for watching all the way to the end if you made it to this point. Thank you so much. Take care.